Hey, welcome back to the channel. We are back with another weekly Wears video where I go over every single fragrance that I wore every day last week. So if that is content that you want to see more, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you are updated whenever I upload new content. I hope everyone had a fantastic Mother's Day weekend. I had an amazing one. And where would we be without the moms, guys? Seriously. Well, we'd be nowhere, come to think of it. So without further ado, let's thank our moms. We love you guys. But let's jump into this list, starting with Sunday. I had to step it up on Sunday. I wanted to go classy. And when I think of classy, I think of this fragrance. Scent we are talking about is Dior Homme Intense. And if you guys haven't gotten your nose on this one yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. This stuff is absolutely brilliant. An amazing scent. This is a self-aware fragrance. This is for guys who know exactly who they are, what they're trying to accomplish in life. I mean, this really elevates any guy's game. It's incredible. This utilizes iris, pear, musk, just so well balanced, so simplistic in its approach. It's not overly complex. It's not a super difficult fragrance to wear, although I do find myself wanting to wear this more for evenings out. It's a sexy fragrance, perfect for like a really upscale date night, and you really want to impress. This is the one you're going to want to reach for. Cooler nights, yes. Cooler months, yes, it's probably going to be more ideal. But I love this one so much, I find myself wanting to reach for it in the summer months as well. But I try to reserve it for nights that might be a little bit cooler. Maybe I'm going to be, you know, down the seaport or something where I live in Boston. It's going to be a little cooler down there, breeze coming off of the ocean. It's going to work perfect for situations like that. Absolutely love this one. I don't get hung up on the performance. I know people talk about how this doesn't perform. This is not meant to be a room filler. This is not meant to turn heads in the sense, the typical sense of that expression. So I think it's really meant to be discovered and just enjoyed by the person you're with. Love it. Dior Homme Intense. This next one is without question my favorite from the line. Scent we are talking about is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Italian Love. And this is grapefruit like you've never experienced it before. It is super balanced and versatile while being such a bright, biting, briny grapefruit. It also utilizes ozonic notes, which reminds me of being like on a roof deck in the summertime. Fresh air, ocean spray, the sun beating down on the hot pavement. I know this was a limited release. I don't know how easily accessible this fragrance is anymore. When I purchased it, I got it off of Macy's, and I don't know if it's still available, if easily found on discounts. I'm going to try to find it and link it down below for you guys with the rest of these 7 fragrances. Incredible scent that I can't get enough of. Amazing performer, lasts a long time on me. And one of those ones that just keeps reminding you as the day goes on what you wore that day. And I just love it. It's an incredible scent. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Italian Love. This next one, simply put, is my favorite barbershop fragrance of any barbershop fragrance that I put my nose on. Scent we are talking about is Chanel's Platinum Egoist. Truly, guys, if you want a barbershop fragrance, you don't need any others. This is it. Metallic, has that shave foam vibe to it, the lavender here. It's just, it reminds me of my grandfather when I used to pretend shave as a kid next to him. First time I smelled it, I thought of him. And he's not someone who wore fragrance. He's from an older generation, and he's not with us anymore. But it was more kind of like aftershave type guy, you know, just wear, you know, Old Spice aftershave, clean shaven every day, always shaved. So I think that's why it reminds me of him so much. This stuff is just incredible, and it has the cachet of Chanel. It's in one of the more affordable Chanels, I might add. I want to say I paid $100 for 100 ml. Well worth it at that price. You're not getting something that's going to last days, but it smells really natural. It is just really elevated for a barbershop fragrance. I love it. Chanel's Platinum Egoist. Not many of you guys watched the video that I did on this fragrance last week. I think you should go check it out because I think it's a really good video. I'll be sure to link it here. Scent we are talking about is Montal's Ristretto Intense Cafe. And I just have a little sample here that was sent to me by one of my subscribers and supporters of the channel, Benjamin. And This one grew on me as the day went on. And this is one I think that if I wear more, I'm probably going to end up liking it even more than my initial first impressions. It's very heavy on the rose note. You get that coffee. That coffee lingers for the first hour, hour and a half. Later in the dry down, though, I found it leaning more towards the floral aspect of the scent, which for me leaned a little feminine. Now, this is absolutely a unisex fragrance, but the reason I want to mention that for me personally, that it leaned feminine is because there's a lot of fragrances I talk about on this channel, and I will be upfront with you guys when something leans a little too feminine for my tastes. I wouldn't say this is quite there. It's not obvious, and it has different levels throughout the life of the scent. Really good performer, amazing performance, lasted a long time on me. It projected nicely, and Montal, they get a bad rap for being overly synthetic in the opening, sometimes harsh. Not my experience, especially with this one. I thought this was really well done in terms of its overall, restraint in delivering the scent experience. It wasn't too overwhelming, never at any point within the fragrance. So really like this one. And I think the ladies are going to like this one too. I really, truly do. Definitely check this one out, Montal's Ristretto Intense Cafe. This next one was one of my favorite releases of 2023. I talked about it a bunch. Amazing scent. Fragrance we are talking about is Tumi 19 Degree. And I love the bottle, number one. That matte black with this design, this kind of diagonal rivet design. I just absolutely love the presentation here. And I'm not a huge presentation guy, but I think it's really well done. Saffron, super spicy up top, really gets your attention. Fruity raspberry, leather. The balance of notes here, amazing. So well done. That spicy, fruity warmth really is intoxicating. I imagine a young professional guy using this as their signature scent. It's a nice all-arounder. You're not going to smell like every other guy. You go out to meet friends for drinks on a Friday night after work, put a couple of sprays of this on, you're going to smell amazing. You're going to smell unique. Some people compare this to Aventus. I don't personally get that connection. I just don't. It does slightly remind me of other leather fragrances, leather-based fragrances that I have, popular leather-based fragrances, maybe something like a Godolphin or a Tuscan leather. More fruity musks with spice than maybe those fragrances. It's not as leather forward. The leather here is subdued. It's in the background a bit, but balanced perfectly with the other notes. And performance with this, not an issue. This one has sneaky performance. I've been complimented on this hours after wearing it when I can't smell it anymore. Much like another one that we're going to be talking about on the list. Tumi 19 Degree. So this next one, without question, for me personally, is a top 3 rack store find of 2024. Amazing scent. I can't wait to talk about it. Scent we're talking about is Fakar Black from Lattafa. This is my most recent rack store pickup. You guys need to go check out that video if you have not yet. Wow, guys. Maybe it's close to YSL YEDP. It is. It will remind you of that scent. This does something different, though. It's a little bit more made for hotter days, because I know some people claim you can't wear YSL YEDP in really high heat. I would agree with that. It's a denser fragrance, but this one, wow. This stuff, guys, I was blown away by. Now, I want to talk about the performance because I talk about my first impressions in that video. Go check it out. But performance here, I was ready to really dismiss this one as being a terrible performer, but it's not. I was complimented on this, and it was a sillage type compliment. Like I was maybe 10 feet away from the person, just kind of moving around the room. And the person complimented me and said, "You smell amazing. I love that scent. I need to know what it is." And it was this. And it was hours after I had applied it. I couldn't smell it anymore. I was like, oh, that sucks. This thing's gone. But wasn't the case. And from what you guys tell me, this takes a while to mature, macerate, like many other Middle Eastern fragrances that I've tried and are in my collection that have only gotten better with time. I would imagine this to be the same. So incredible value. One of the best values I think you can get on a clone fragrance. Just for what it is, amazing. $25. It's popping up at rack stores. I will also link it down below. You're going to pay around the same money on discounters, although you might have to throw in for shipping. Wow. Really, really happy to have added this to the collection. Fakar Black from Lattafa. Finally, on Saturday, the fragrance I reach for, in my opinion, is the best alternative you're going to find for Creed Aventus. Just my personal opinion. It's not one of the Middle Eastern clones that you used to hearing talked about. This is from a high-end designer. You're going to pay a little bit more money. You're still going to pay less than Aventus prices, Creed prices. But this one, wow. Scent we are talking about is Loewe Essentia Eau de Parfum. And this does things a little differently than Aventus. It's much more mossy green forward in the opening with a bergamot versus that pineapple note. You get more juicy, fruity bergamot, which is just amazing. I love it. I love the opening here. It sparkles. It's effervescent. It's addictive. It's going to capture people's attention. Incredible. High compliment factor with high quality ingredients. You can't go wrong. The only thing that's difficult with this is maybe sometimes it's a little harder to find. However, I have seen it online. I will link it down below. And now there's an elixir, which I got to try, right? I have to try Essentia Elixir. Don't confuse this with the Eau de Toilette. That scent is a different fragrance altogether. This is the Eau de Parfum. This is the one that you want. The EDT, from my understanding of it, is more of an old school type masculine fragrance, which I think is good by itself, but just not this fragrance. And I get really good performance from this as well. I couldn't be happier with this scent. It's going to fit the role of a Creed Aventus. In the same situations that you would wear Aventus, you're going to wear this. And guys, amazing. And I love this house. They haven't let me down yet. Would love to know what your favorite Loewe fragrance is. Drop it in the comment section down below. Loewe Essentia Eau de Parfum. That's all I have today, guys. As always, would love to know what your weekly rotation was. I always love hearing what you guys are wearing. Drop it in the comment section down below. But if you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.